What's going on, ladies and gents? Robert Sykes, KetoSavage.com.
Crystal Sykes, KetoBrick.com.
You know, we got so many comments on how great I looked in a cowboy hat. We're just rocking and rolling the cowboy hat on future videos.
Thanks for that, guys. I'm just kidding. Actually, when we first met, Robert used to wear a cowboy hat all the time.
All the time. So, today we're going to make cookies and cream Keto Brick filled mug cakes.
There you go.
This is one of the Keto Brick featured recipes. With all the Keto Brick recipes, huge shout out to Joe, Keto Culinary Stuff, on Instagram. We'll tag to it. Awesome guy, awesome recipes, awesome flavor. So
Flav.
It's not Joe at Keto Culinary Stuff. It's just at Keto Culinary Stuff on Instagram.
Yes.
His name is Joe. So
correct.
Thank you, Joe. So for this recipe, you're gonna need 1/2 Keto Brick. We're using the cookies and cream, but again, use whatever flavor you want. 2 ounces of cream cheese. 1 tablespoon almond flour. Is it 5?
5.
5 drops of liquid stevia.
What else is that? S?
S. 3 tablespoons of almond flour. This is separated. This is the filling up here, and this is the mug cake down here.
I did not specify that. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. 3 tablespoons almond flour. 1 tablespoon sweetener. 1 large egg. 1.5 tablespoons butter, and 1 tablespoon cocoa powder.
I'm
in love with the cocoa.
Oh God.
And then 1/4 teaspoon baking powder. And these ingredients yield these macros.
All right. 390 calories, 40.5 grams of fat, 11.4 grams of protein, 5 grams of carbs, 2.6 of which are coming from fiber. And that breaks down to 84.7% fat, 10.6% protein, and 4.7% carbs.
Boom. And we
Pretty perfect ketogenic macros for a dessert.
Pretty perfect ketogenic macros for dessert. We just happen to have all these ingredients on hand, so let's make this thing. Alright, so like I said, we have all of the ingredients here. Let's dive in. Baby, you gonna ring lead this?
Ring leading. Alright, so first, you're going to take your keto brick and you're going to open it.
Open your brick.
And,
You're gonna do anything? No?
You can cut this in half, if you'd like.
By the way, we got these knives for our wedding.
Yeah.
They're called Dow Strong. They're on Amazon. They're made with like G4. It's just really good stuff.
It's
these
super
are
cool. You want to grab that
super
the
sharp.
block? We got a block
And a bunch of steak knives.
With like 4 or 5 different knives, and then we got 12 steak knives, and they're phenomenal. They're amazing.
Yeah. So cut your brick in half, put your brick in a bowl, melt your brick.
You want to almost melt the brick. So
Almost.
don't fully melt it, but
brick.
melt it mostly.
One ingredient that we failed to mention at the onset of this video is red wine. You have to have red wine, not for the recipe, but for the chefs.
You forgot to cheers me.
Cheers you. So, while that brick is melting, we're gonna wait. Alright, so here is our brick. It's a little bit more than almost melted. Crystal put it in a little too long, but
I put it in for 1 minute, so maybe like 45 seconds would be perfect.
45 seconds.
45 seconds. All right.
Now
so we're gonna take this cream cheese. We're gonna do 2 ounces, and as you can tell, we're gonna be really accurate with it. So
about 1 inch is an ounce.
No. These lines are an ounce. So
Yeah, that's about 1 inch.
like right here. Ooh, look at that knife at work.
The knife at work.
Knife.
And then melt this in there.
Yes. So then we're gonna put it in the microwave again until it is completely melted. All right. So I put that in there for, I don't know, 25 seconds. And I'm just gonna mix this on up.
Smells really good.
It does smell really good. How can you go wrong with keto brick and cream cheese? So once this is fully melted, we're gonna add the almond flour and the sweetener to it.
How much almond flour?
1 tablespoon, I believe.
1 tablespoon of almond flour.
You're going to want to kind of make somewhat of a dough with this. So as soon as that mixes in.
And your almond flour.
Mm-hmm. And then 5 drops of that.
5 drops of this.
Is that right? Yeah. And maybe just like spread them out.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Perfect. All right. Can we have like a mini bite right now?
No. Can't do that.
Does anybody else like to do that? I like to eat it, like all the dough. Oh my gosh. All right, so next we are going to roll these into 5 balls, and we're gonna have Robert do that since we know he loves to get his hands dirty. Every time we do these videos, I end up doing it, in case you're new to these videos. So this is parchment paper. You can also do it in plastic wrap, either way. And then we're just gonna roll up about 5, put them on here. We're gonna stick them in the freezer because we like to hurry, because we like to eat things really quickly. So you can put them in the fridge. They just need to be a little bit hard for this to work properly.
You gonna help me?
Yes.
Alright, so here we have our 5 balls. We're gonna stick these in the freezer and what are you smoking for?
I was thinking about the last video we did, and then I talked about the balls, and it was bad. But we're gonna stick these in the freezer, and then we're gonna make the other half of the recipe.
Alright, so while those are chilling a little bit, we're gonna go ahead and make the mug cake batter portion. Check out our cute little mugs here.
So cute.
Hubby and wifey.
Yeah.
So, what's first, baby?
So first we're going to, we're following Joe's recipe here. You're gonna melt the butter for about 15 seconds. So there's about 1.5 tablespoons of this.
1 tablespoon and a half.
Mm-hmm. And for each of us. So we're each gonna make our own, that way we can both devour them together. Wow, that's a lot of tablespoons.
About 1.5 tablespoons.
Mm-hmm. You can put that one in yours. I'll do mine. Thank goodness I do the meal prep, huh? Then we're going to add, we're actually gonna melt these down real quick. I'll do yours first.
Alright, so now that our butter is melted, we're gonna go ahead and add all the other ingredients besides the egg. So let's do that.
3 tablespoons of almond flour. We could just do yours first and then.
Okay.
1 tablespoon of sweetener. Break it up a little bit. There you go.
We're using the monk fruit sweetener, by the way.
Yep. And it says granulated sweetener. I didn't put it on the board, but it is granulated. And then 1 tablespoon of cocoa powder.
This Rapunzel brand cocoa powder has a little bit less carbs than the Hershey's brand.
Totally.
Whether or not that's a discrepancy in the actual carbohydrate count versus the labeling, I don't know.
Yep.
Okay.
And then 1/4 of a teaspoon of the baking powder. You can start whisking yours. I'll put mine together.
Alright, so once your thing is all mixed in, you can go ahead and add the egg and mix that in. So I'm going to do that now. Make sure you whisk that in real good.
Mine says until fluffy. I wonder if we're not using the right thing. We're using forks.
You gotta stir really fast. Come on, fluffy.
dry looking?
You didn't put a tablespoon and a half of butter in. You put like only a tablespoon.
I did put a tablespoon and a half.
No. Think you need more butter?
No, it says mix until fully combined. Then add the egg and whisk until smooth.
Yeah, mine's smooth.
Okay. It's fluffy and smooth, apparently.
Yeah, mine's fluffy and smooth.
I get an egg.
Go ahead and grab one of those balls too.
Alright, now we're gonna drop the cream cheese ball right in the center. And it can just sit just like that. It doesn't need to come up or go down to the bottom or anything. It just needs to sit. Now we're gonna microwave for 90 seconds. All right, so here is number one. It says to cook for 90 seconds or about until the top part still seems a little uncooked. It's gonna still cook, so you want it to just sit for a little bit. I'm gonna heat mine and then we'll kind of see how they are. And there's mine, and I have to say mine looks much better and more fluffy.
All right, we're gonna use her for the picture, so we'll cut into hers for the thing. Should we let it wait a little bit longer?
Yeah, I would just leave it for like a minute or two, let it break away from the edges, and let it continue fully cooking in the inside.
Boom. If you name it in their plate, we'll cut into mine too.
There's a little bit in the bottom of mine too, but I don't think that's not good enough. You can also flip. Is it supposed to look like that or the other side for the photo?
I don't know, to be honest with you.
You want to just cut it open?
I got this big knife. We got the big knife. All right, so we're gonna cut this open, but I'm gonna let Crystal do it. I'm gonna zoom in on it with the camera, so hold that thought.
We're just gonna cut this open. Oh my gosh, that is so soft. Super, super soft. Oh, that looks so good. You want me to cut yours open?
Yes.
All right. Here is Robert's, if you like a little extra butter in yours. That one actually cut really easily as well. And looks just a little bit more sad and falling apart.
All right, time for us to dive in and try this beauty. Can I try yours?
Sure. I want to try mine too. This is kind of a big bite.
I can get down with that. Wanna try mine?
Yeah, I kind of do. This would be perfect with like a cup of almond milk or a cup of coffee or something like that. Perfect for that.
A cup of almond milk would be really good. But as far as like ease of use or ease of creation,
if you don't use 5 tablespoons of butter like Robert and you actually use the 1.5, comes out perfect.
it definitely tastes like butter.
Really? That's funny.
It's really good though.
You know, we just came up with a new thing, butter cake.
Butter cake. Pretty good though, huh?
Definitely tastes like butter. Really moist. I'd much rather this one.
Yeah. Pretty good though, really good. So, out of 10 on ease of use, I don't know, this is kind of like a harder recipe than what we normally do, I think. I would give this like a 6.
Really?
Maybe a 7. I mean, it is a mug cake though, so I mean, it's pretty easy at the end of the day. It's a mug
Yeah,
cake.
I definitely would give it like a 7 or an 8. Like this is, most of this stuff is in your house. You have a keto brick. And literally you microwave it.
Yeah,
like
that's
there's
true.
no cooking involved with a skillet or anything like that. You microwave it all. It might take a minute more of time just because you have to let it cool in the fridge or the freezer, but that's literally, it doesn't take very long at all. The only thing I could say is that maybe it's a tad dry. So that's why I would want the almond milk or the coffee, but that's pretty normal for me to want that with my dessert anyways, so.
Yeah, she probably used a little less butter than optimal. I used a lot more than optimal.
I used the correct amount.
It's pretty good.
It is really good. Super good. So I'd say like a 7.5.
I can go with that. As far as nutritional quality goes, it's
Probably
a dessert recipe.
not.
It's got a lot of sweeteners. I wouldn't rank it very high. I wouldn't eat this for nutrition. This is more like a special occasion thing. But probably like a 6 for maybe 5.
I mean, what are we comparing it to? Like a regular cake?
Yeah. Not like a regular keto cake. I mean, it's got really good fat to protein and carb ratio.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I'd probably do like a 6.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, not to like a steak or something, but like to a comparable thing.
Yeah.
As far as price goes, it's pretty cheap. If you have all this stuff.
Yeah.
If you just go out and buy all this all at once, it's pretty expensive.
Right, but usually you have all this stuff, and it's only like a tablespoon of this or that, and I really like that about this recipe.
Yeah.
It's good. We keep going back for more, so it has to be good, right?
What's the other criteria? Taste. Taste, I'd give it a
8.
8. I'm not a big cake guy, so I'm gonna give it a 7. But I like it a lot. It's got the keto brick in there, so I mean that automatically bumps it up a little bit. It's got cream cheese. I mean, if you like butter and you make it like mine, you're really gonna like it.
Yeah, I definitely say an 8. Like, I like this for like an every night dessert. Like, or not like an every night, clearly. No dessert every night. But if you were just gonna make something like, I have a sweet tooth, I really want something, this, boom. Yeah, this would be super easy. Probably my go-to.
Probably my go-to.
Yeah.
And that concludes our keto brick filled mug cake recipe.
And you can use any of the keto brick flavors in this. That'd be really good.
Speaking of which, we took the bricks off of the website while we were gone getting married.
Yes.
They're back on the website now.
If you didn't hear that, he said they're back on the website now.
They're back on the website now. So yeah, that's all we gotta say about that. What do you think, Miss Sykes? Signing out?
Signing out?
Signing out.
Signing out.
We'll see y'all next time. Love you bunches. Toodaloo.
Bye.